I think the fear of turning 30 is actually a thing because, when I was 24, 25, I used to always think that it was a myth. I used to always think that people were over exaggerating. Like, what do you mean you're afraid to turn 30? 30 is just a number. But right now I'm 29. I'll be turning 30 next year. And oh boy, I did feel am. The thing is, there's just something scary about 30. I don't know what it is. It just makes you feel like you don't have time anymore. Not like you don't have time to live and you don't have time to enjoy, but you don't have time to make mistakes. That's how I'm feeling. I feel like if I was to go into a relationship right now, I don't even have time to afford to go into a wrong relationship. Like, I should be going into a relationship with somebody that I feel like I'm going to get married to. If I'm starting a new career path, I don't have that luxury to fail in that career path because there's no time. What am I going to use to feed my family? I don't have a family yet, but I'm thinking about whatever I'm doing now. Is it going to be what I'm going to be doing to feed my family? Then I start thinking about, oh, did I make a mistake with the career path I've chosen, with some other choices I've made? And it's expensive mistakes because there's nothing you can do about them right now. Time has passed, time has passed. You're no longer 21. You know, so yeah, I think that there's a genuine fear of turning 30. I don't know whether it's the figure, maybe it's the society, maybe it's this societal construct. Well, how do they call it? It's a social construct where people just picked a number and said, "Yo, this is the number that when you get to, you're going to be scared for your life." I don't know what the purpose of this video is because I don't think that this is a reassuring video. People that are in and around my age are supposed to watch this video and they're supposed to be like, okay, yeah, I also have this fear, but because Ibima said this thing now, I feel so much reassured that the future is going to be bright. Hell no, this is not this is not one of them videos. Unfortunately, this is just a nigga that is experiencing something and putting a video out. I might have a saving grace at the end of the video, Sha, so just continue watching. So yeah, when I was in my 20s, like my early 20s, everybody, just like everybody else, you always feel like you have so much time. So if anybody is watching this video and you're 19, 20, 21, 22, you don't have time. Live your life like you don't have time. Fail very fast. Do you understand? Start doing something and fail very fast. I think one of my issues, I'm just going to share out one of my issues so that you can probably learn from it, is I had this amazing plan A and I thought my life was going to go in that plan A. I thought life was going to be so generous as to give me exactly what I want. I was stupid, I know, but that's the reality of things. So I thought it was just about doing well in school, undergraduate, as long as you come out with a good CGPA. I finished with like a 4.08, was it 4.09 from electrical engineering? So I thought all I had to do was get a good result, apply for scholarships abroad, go abroad, do my masters, come back and work for an oil company. Don't laugh at me. That was actually a genuine plan. Like that was my plan A. So I did not have a plan B. I did not even think about having a plan B at that time. It was only after I finished NYC. So because I didn't have a plan B, when I was in school, I was enjoying life. All I knew was that okay, I knew when to start studying and I knew how to pass exams. Do you understand? Every other thing in between, I was just flexing. Like I was chopping life. I was playing basketball, playing football every other day, partying. I was just doing normal young people shit, right? And I'm not saying that there's a problem with doing that, but if I had a plan B and C, I would still be able to do those things I liked alongside planning for my plan B and C because I proved that I could enjoy myself and still stay focused because I was enjoying myself and I still did well in school. So if I still had a plan B, all that I would have had to do is cut down on a little bit of enjoyment. Like, and that wouldn't have been a difficult thing to do. I would have found a way to do that. So if you are still in your early 20s and you're watching this, just find a way to cut down on your enjoyment and cut down on the time you're wasting to formulate a plan B. Do you understand? Because I started formulating my plan B very late, only when I was almost absolutely sure that my plan A was not like it was not going to work, but it was going to be very difficult for my plan A to work. That's when I started developing a plan B. I would say that was like after I came back from service, like a year after I came back from service, when I was like 23, going to 24, or was it 23? I've forgotten what age I was, but it was like a year after I came back from service. That's when I was now like, wait, what if my plan A doesn't exactly work the way I expect it to work in my head? that was the first time I had that conversation with myself. And it's a looking back now, it's such a dumb thing to do to put all your eggs in one basket. But yeah, so that's when I now started going into online businesses. Oh, how can people make money online? How else can I make money? What skills can I learn? I started very late. I mean, now I'm not going to say I regret, the decisions I made and all that because I'm still, upward trajectory. I still have promise. I'm still doing stuff I love to make money and all that. But I'm just saying that I was a little bit late. If I started earlier, I would have been in an even better place right now. So yeah, the fear of turning 30 is the fact that I did not start my plan B and my plan C early enough. If I did by now, I don't think I'll have a fear of turning 30 because I think the fear of turning 30 is just a result of the fear that you've not achieved enough. I think that's why people fear turning 30. If you're married by the time you're 27 and you have a couple of kids or you have a kid, I mean, if marriage is your idea of, having a successful life, if you have a very good job, you're making a lot of money, you're married, you have built a house, you have cars, you have your loved ones are set up, you're in good health and all that, and you're turning 30, I don't think there will be any fear of turning 30. Do you understand? I think the fear of turning 30 is just a product of, the feeling of underachievement, the feeling that you've underachieved so far in your life. So yeah, once you start earlier, you reduce the risk of underachieving. I'm not saying that I've underachieved. I'm just saying that, I could have achieved a lot more if I had started earlier. So if you're young and you're watching this, just start a little bit earlier. So the saving grace that I was talking about at the end of this video is the fact that when you do a lot of research about turning 30 and you're scared of turning 30, from the people I know, when you finally turn 30, you find out that it's not a big deal. You're not going to automatically start having weak knees when you're 30 that you did not have when you were 29. You're not automatically going to be running out of breath when you're 30 if you were not running out of breath when you were 29. In reality, 30 is just a number. You're going to turn 30 and life is just going to go on. You're going to continue doing the stuff that you were doing when you were 29. You're going to continue trying to improve and all that. And the second saving grace is a lot of people became madly successful after 30. Madly successful. Like a lot of people started. I don't ever remember anybody's name when I start making videos because, you know, the names, I don't write scripts for my videos and the names just come on the spot. I just think about the person. I can remember his face, but I can't quite remember his name. But he started his business when he was 35. He's very famous and popular content creator now. He talks about marketing and all that. You guys should know him. He's very blunt in his when he gives people advice and all that. He started his business after he was 30. Some people they become millionaires when they are 40, when they are 35. As long as you start today, and you try to improve every day, every week, every month, I think eventually you'll be fine. And you can look back at your 29 when you can look back at the time where you were 29 and when you were afraid of turning 30 and you can laugh. You can be like, why was I so scared of turning 30? I mean, life is good. You understand? So hopefully that is where we are all going to get to when we turn 35, 36. But yeah, I think there is actually a slight fear of turning 30, but it can be overcome basically. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you guys in the next one.